Welcome back, Troglodytes, to another episode of Trogly's Guitars. Another one of these 2550s, but this is probably the nicest tobacco burst that you're going to find. Something about this top is really explosive the farther away you are, especially at this angle. The flame top's kind of at an angle, which is kind of unusual and rare, which I just really like this one. If you're familiar with the lore of the 2550s, I mean, not only is it the 25 and the 50th anniversary of, Les Paul being in the music business and the Les Paul with Gibson and all that, but the first 100 of these are rumored to have new old stock 50s/60s tops. And that is the first 100 stamped ones. And if you believe in all that, which there might not be a lot of truth to it, this one's number 57 though. So it definitely makes it a very collectible, very early 1978 Les Paul anniversary model. And it still has the original plastic over the pickguard and over the back. Now, if you remember correctly, I had another one similar to this in natural. That one just sold a week or so ago to a fellow in Germany. So I actually have this one and another one of the natural 2550s that are in this, near mint collector's grade condition. I mean, this is probably the nicest one. The natural one that I'll probably be listing tomorrow has probably an even better flame top and also in excellent condition. So let's just go ahead and take a look at this collector's condition 2550. Now this one does have some very light wear and tear. I mean, nothing too bad. I do notice that there is some very light lacquer wear in the corners because the lacquer has slightly aged on this one. I don't know if you can really tell, but in the corners it's a little bit lighter of a color due to the lacquer wear. But no major nicks or dings. I mean, mainly just polishing swirls on this example. Stock brass nut that I polished up to looking like new. I just redid the frets, polished them up, they look great, and oiled the ebony fretboard. Nothing major to really note there. And then the body, once again, the color on this one's amazing. I was thinking that maybe it's faded a little bit, because usually these tobacco ones have a darker burst on the outside, but maybe this is how they initially wanted these, because this is such an early example. When I took the pickguard off, I was surprised to see it's the same color. So this is the color it started out as. It's not necessarily faded. But we'll go along here with the light. I mean, nothing to really super point out. You'll find some light polishing swirls and smudges from me handling it. But overall, this is definitely a very clean collector's grade edition of the 2550th anniversary Les Paul. Something kind of cool to note is these tar backs are 100% functional. Finally, we have an example that functions and is really clean. But usually the leads on these are cut very short. This one actually has nice long leads on the neck pickup. I could actually take it out and take photos. The bridge has the typical short leads. I couldn't really get a good photo, but I got a good enough of one for you guys. But the gold is in good shape. There is some very minor tarnishing to it. I mean, nothing too extraordinary. There's some light scratches on the pickup covers, but overall this is a very clean example, probably the nicest tobacco one on the market currently. I mean, just look at that flame top, it's great. Take a look at the back of the headstock here. Serial number is 722-18106 with the limited edition serial number 0057. My old personal one, I used to own the 24th one of these made. Its serial number was 72128-114. So it definitely goes in sequence for the first 100 at least, with the limited edition serial number there. But it's got the Made in USA stamp. No major nicks or dings on the back of the guitar here. You can see the neck has gorgeous flame in it as well, especially when you hit it in the light just right. We'll see if we can get the light out there. So, beautiful piece here. It's just a gorgeous example. This is another one from my good friend Jeff. Unfortunately, these are the last two from his collection, and he considered these the two best. So definitely saved the best for last, but nothing against those other examples, but they have all sold now. The back has some nice figuring to it, as you're seeing. It's kind of a plain top, but it does, you know, kind of move around as I dance it around here. But no major nicks or dings, as you're seeing. And once again, this back plate does still have its original plastic over it. We'll run you around the sides. You can see definitely a nice clean example here. We'll do a quick blacklight test here. Here you can kind of see what I'm talking about up here in the corners where there's just a tiny little bit of lacquer where it's very minuscule, but it's probably from rubbing against the case. But everything else is good. Take a look at the front of the body. Once again, it is also in good shape. No touch-ups to report. Original knobs and all that. It does look like you have some very light lacquer wear there from somebody resting their thumb against that. My old personal, very early prototype Artisan had similar wear and tear. But as you can see here, in normal lighting, you definitely don't see that wear at all. Here on the back of the headstock, you can also see some light wear to the finish on the corners there, but overall nothing too bad. No breaks, cracks, or repairs. Those were just little dusts. They're not dings. And the back is in good shape. It looks like you got some light clear coat wear there as well. That's only detectable under blacklight. It looks like you do have some very minuscule dings there in the cutaway. But otherwise, these sides are fairly clean. Here you can see those little dings right there and right there. So very minor, but they are there. Something else to briefly point out is you do have the typical binding fret little cracks. That's because the wood expands and contrasts with like temperatures and humidity changes. So you'll see those little lines on pretty much every old Gibson up and down the neck, as you can see on this example. I also found a small little check right there in the cutaway. This one weighs 11 pounds 3.4 ounces, which I believe makes this the heaviest 2550 I've had out of the ones of Jeff's collection. Collector's grade guitar does come with its original chainsaw case. This is a Generation 2 with all 3 latches and nice padded handle. The case shows, you know, very light amounts of wear and tear, but overall not too bad. Definitely a collector guitar case. No overwhelming smells. The latches aren't rusted through or anything. Very nice condition overall. As you can see, it's got the impressions of the TP6 tailpiece, so you know it's original to this guitar. Very nice case. Inside here, you will find all of the case candy. Well, not all of it. There's varying amounts of case candy that kind of came with all of these. This one has a little pamphlet about the TP6 tailpiece, and this is the Gibson case warranty card. They called it the Pro case back then. It was purchased from Rocket Music. It has a little bit of shipping paper here, and its original warranty card, Les Paul Anniversary 0057, once again from Rocket Music. This part was not filled out though, but the warranty part was. And most importantly, the 2550th anniversary belt buckle here. These are very rare. I've been able to sell these for as much as $1,000. You definitely want one of these with your 2550 because they are very cool. As you can see, this one has a little bit of corrosion on it in that area, but overall, this is a very cool belt buckle and a very cool guitar. We will be demoing today through a Marshall JMP 1C 1-watt tube amplifier. you think you might be interested in adding this 2550 anniversary Les Paul to your collection, feel free to contact me on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Troglys, Trogoys, or you can make an offer on Reverb or eBay.com. Alright, thanks for watching Troglodytes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.